After Evan. And there's Evan. Got that. We're good to go when you are. Okay. Hello, everyone. It is February 13th, 2025. I now call this meeting of the Madison College Student Senate General Assembly to order at 4:34 p.m. At this point, can we please do a roll call?
Roll call starts now. Senate Council President Vito,
Here I am, present.
VP Tao, present. Vice President of Legislative Affairs Hashmi, present. Vice President of Team Development Salifu, present. Vice President of Public Relations Jackson Winters,
Present.
Novella, can you turn your camera on?
Advisor Cole.
Present.
Two senators from Trucks campuses, Senator Avila,
Texted President.
He's waving right now.
Senator Sarah Brunner,
Here.
Senator Raptor,
Present.
Senator Rario,
Senator Villarreal is present.
Senator Rich Gills,
Here.
Senator Matson,
He's downstairs. Just saw him. I don't know where he is though. I don't know if he did ask me, what's it called? Like, if it's okay if he leaves his laptop down. I don't know if he meant if he's getting to.
Should we tell you to go down there?
Yeah, I wonder. You go down there. I don't think he understands,
I will continue.
but we should continue.
Move to senators from regional and metro campuses. Portage Senator Crowder,
Present.
Reedsburg Senator Stacy Brunner,
Present.
Port Atkinson Senator Dirks,
Present.
Goodman South Senator Bissonnette.
Present.
Are we willing to let Quentin come up still because he was wandering downstairs for some reason? So, are we okay extending that for him to run, or should we just continue? No, let's just continue. You learn, you live and learn. Okay, for a minute. Thank you. Okay, at this point, can we get approval of the previous meeting minutes? Lando, do you want to run through it very quickly?
Yes. So essentially last meeting, we had Tina, one sec. I want to make sure I'm getting her, Tina Aedo come in.
Mhm.
And essentially she discussed, some of the recent changes, policy changes coming in, and sort of what she's been up to on that front. So what else? That was sort of our major guest speaking stuff. And then after that, we went into the, office hours log updates. So those are now going to be officially implemented into the bylaws. So now, we are doing 1 office hour in person per week, and it must be announced on Wolfpack Connect and be something productive. Let's see what else. Just an announcement that the Inclusion and Belonging Coordinator is still open, and we're accepting applications for that to fill that position. We also talked a little bit about the election tabling coming up. I believe that's going to be, yeah, coming up in the next 2 weeks here. And VP Salifu sent out an email to everyone asking that you provide at least an hour of your time to table during that. So if you haven't already, please see her email and sign up for a time. Anything else? We did also. Yep. We also passed the, let's see, Black History Month resolution. That was written by Senator Crowder and VP Nevaeh Jackson Winters. So that was good. We went through that. And yeah, that's sort of the, oh, and we also swore in 2 new senators, Senators Quinn Mattson and Evan Sullivan Riegels. And so congratulations to both of you for, joining Senate, and we're happy to have you. Very excited to see what you guys get up to here on Senate. So yeah, that's what we got.
Okay, thank you so much. At that point, do we agree with the minutes? Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion made by Senator Villarreal, second by, I think, Rika Hashmi before. So there we go. Any discussion further on that? Hearing none, with a vote of unanimous approval, we could pass this if no one opposes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Meeting minutes pass, motion carries. Now we can move on to the meeting agenda. In the meeting agenda, we have our standard reports. We have a student activities board, college assembly. We added in for some special reports for unfinished business. We did the winter retreat recap, stipend review, 3-year brainstorm session. I'll need to leave to go get those notepads from downstairs. Governor elections, and then we do have a new request to join Senate, although I don't think he's here, or is he online?
I have not seen him. I'm paying attention.
Why don't you send him that invite too, for that? I think that'll help. And then I'll text him as well. But WSG legislative seminar overview. I also would like to just talk about that briefly. It won't take 15 minutes. Maybe I meant to put a 5. In any case, Senate elections update from VP Hashmi and Jackson Winter. VP Jackson Winter both call for inclusion belonging coordinator. That's everything on there. Do you have any motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second from Senator Villarreal. Do we have any discussion?
No
Yes.
discussion. I would like to motion to amend the agenda with an additional element.
Yes, and the additional element would be,
I would like to discuss the implementation of a survey surrounding the premium parking initiative.
so this would be for the Public Safety Advisory Committee, correct?
Yes.
So that'd be from your report there. So we can go ahead and add that in after the reports from special and select committees. It'll be item B after Student Activities Board with that recommendation. As the maker of that motion, would you accept that amendment?
Yes.
Do you accept that as a second?
We'll do.
Okay, that's on the main, since that was a friendly amendment, they both accepted, so that's on your motion then. So with that in case, we're okay accepting the amended agenda with an item B for the Public Safety Advisory Committee discussion for 5 minutes. Would that be okay with, oh, yes,
You have a hand online from
What?
Senator Dirks.
Senator Dirks?
I
what would you-
motion to approve the amended agenda with the Public Safety Advisory Committee update.
You don't need to do that, it was already approved by the previous motion maker
Oh, okay.
through a friendly amendment process. I just like to fast track things. That would be a formal way to do it, but we don't need to worry about that stuff. But with that's the case, any further discussion? Hearing none, if there's vote of unanimous approval, if there's anyone opposed to doing this, speak now. Otherwise, this motion carries in 5, 4, 3, 2, nothing online? 1, okay. Motion carries. We're passing the amended agenda. Okay, now we can move on to public comments. There is no public comment. Team building activity. Do we have anything fun, any question you want to toss around?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I have don't look at me like this call. Okay. So one is a dilemma programs and one is just like a random questions about foods. So which one you guys wanna do?
Probably the food one because it seems like it takes less time.
I guess you're right.
I I just gave you my insight.
I know.
I'll let you know that
The
you
dilemma
knew I
would be
would
more
say that.
fun, but.
We can have fun.
I like the dilemma.
Right? You see?
If you want to do it, it's your time, so.
Okay, next week.
Okay, I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. So what is your favorite ice cream? Chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry?
Who starts?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I actually really like cookie dough, I'd say.
That is not.
Do I have to choose one
vanilla,
of the three?
strawberry.
Okay, then
No,
I'll
it's
choose.
interesting.
I'll
Go
choose-
ahead.
I can choose something else?
Yeah.
Yeah, cookie dough.
Mhm.
That's good.
Thank you. Milan?
Uh,
Do you need more time to think about it?
yes.
Okay. Hassan?
Yeah, for me, I like custard, so I don't like ice cream at all.
It's made with ice cream.
It's similar.
I like
Different,
vanilla.
Okay. Okay.
So I would go Blue Moon.
What is that? The brew is alcohol, right?
It is an alcohol also, but there's also a flavor of ice cream called Blue Moon.
Oh, really? How it look like?
It looks kind of like fully, it looks blue, but it has like a blueberry taste to it. It's very good.
Interesting.
I'm glad you're both over 21, so.
Yeah, interesting. Okay.
You know, I really like either strawberry or peach ice cream, one of the two.
They have peach ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Different thing every day, actually. I didn't know that. Nice. Oh,
Dark chocolate,
you said dark chocolate?
dark chocolate,
That is like kind of like bitter, right? The taste.
a little bit. Well, dark chocolate in a chocolate form, yes. Dark chocolate and ice cream is probably so full of sugar that most of it's not. If you ever had, it's called dark chocolate decadence, is the Calder's custard flavor.
Mhm.
That is the bomb, and it's like, it's hard.
Interesting. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, I know my time for your name. Do you want to?
Yeah, I'm Quinn.
Hi, Queen.
I would make a motion that peanut butter cup is the superior ice cream flavor.
Peanut butter?
Peanut butter cup, got pieces of peanut butter and chocolate and maybe like chocolate base of ice cream or vanilla, maybe other stuff in there.
Interesting. Oh, I think I'm next. Ah, I think I love vanilla bean because it's that I had the taste of vanilla, but the beans is like different. So I love the vanilla bean ice cream. You can also make some French toast with that, so that is good. So online, Lando, you wanna go next?
Sure. Honestly, dark chocolate decadence is really good, but just so we don't have everyone saying that one, I will probably say anything with cookie dough and caramel in it is usually my go-to, and peanut butter cups, I'll add those in from time to time. So, yeah, I don't know what you'd call that, like caramel, I mean, Culver says caramel fudge cookie dough, but if you wanted the peanut butter cups, caramel fudge peanut butter cookie dough. So it would be my choice.
Thank you. Sylvia?
Mine is from Dairy Queen, and it's called the Peanut Buster Parfait because it's like a swirl of like vanilla ice cream with hot fudge with peanuts on top.
Oh, interesting. Thank you. Annette?
I am a strawberry cheesecake custard person, or a really cheesecake anything custard person, and a peanut butter cup with vanilla.
Nice. I tried the cheesecake one at Culver. That is really good. The cheesecake custard.
I had my daughter bring me a cheesecake today from this place called the Mixing Bowl in Sauk. Can't wait to have it tomorrow.
Oh my God. Amjad? Amjad? Hi. On the group chat?
Sure.
Do you write something?
I'll,
He said all three.
Oh, yeah, he did say at the very beginning.
Neapolitan, yeah.
Oh,
So he's a Neapolitan type of person.
oh, gotcha. Thank you. Dara?
I think mine would be
What?
M&M Concrete from Culver's.
No. Thank you. Evan?
Kind of like everybody else here, I'm going with the Culver's theme. I'd say my favorite flavor is Mint Explosion, which is mint custard with novelty chocolate, Oreos, and Andes pieces.
Sounds like a trip to the dentist.
Yeah.
I just.
Thank you for
You're not
sharing.
wrong.
Stacy?
Did you say my name?
Yes.
Oreo concrete from Culver's or the Oreo Blizzard from McDonald's.
Thank you. You want us the next?
Oh, sure. I'd say Moose Track.
And what is
What
your
is
name
that?
for everyone?
Anna, my name's Anna.
Mhm.
Nice to meet you.
And what's Moose Tracks?
It's like peanut butter cups, fudge, vanilla ice cream, nuts, like a blend of everything.
That is good. Thank you.
Track.
Leland, you last.
Blueberry soil.
Oh, is it made with blueberry?
Sort of, yes.
Did everyone in the room go?
Hmm?
Did everyone in the room go?
Yeah.
I totally
Thank you.
spaced out then, sorry.
Yeah, everybody go.
Did you go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did go?
Yeah.
You said you don't like ice cream, you like custard. Okay.
Thank you guys. We're done.
Wow.
Thank you for participating.
Spaced out. Hold on, there's one last person
Who?
here. Who is Lynette Lagarde?
Who?
They don't answer, I can tell you.
Yeah, do you know who that is?
Yeah, so Lynette actually just talked with me. They work for the Clarion and they are doing a article about student leadership and one.
Oh, yeah, we don't just talk about ice cream all the time. Wow. Well, with this, maybe we should all just go have an ice cream break. So just kidding, Lynette. We do get work done here, so. But thank you. Okay, well, with that, we can move on to team building. Disclosures and recusals. We don't have any bills today, but if anyone wants to disclose anything that might be coming up forthright with any bills, resolutions, or anything like that. So, and yes, welcome, Lynette. I don't know if that was, I was making a joke, but we do welcome you here. So thank you. But anyways, in any case, executive council and president report. The big thing for me is that just the office hour rules that we all are going to work towards getting that. So it is. We're going to look at the bylaws again. Me and Cole were talking about them this morning, but we do have office hours now submitted for all the executive officers. So 1 hour on campus, and we do encourage people to do hours at their own campuses, at least one. We did have a conversation about it not having only office hours, because if we spent that, then we'd be asking you to, have an office hour here in person, but then also to do work outside of it. And then it's like, well, I don't want to overload you for things, but maybe we can have another discussion about this after we get through some more bigger ticket items like the town hall and the town hall and the Senate elections, as well as our 3-year plan. Once those bigger ticket items are out of the way, we can think about what that process looks like and what do you think would be valuable for the student body if we all had 1 hour, or I think right now it's okay for the executive officers to have 1 hour, but maybe we should like outline that. Like, do we all have 1 hour? Should people have one like once a month, or what does that look like for people? So we'll think about that as time goes on. But we did say that you can't put more than 1 hour on your office hours, because I don't want people to just do office hours and then not contribute to our other activities like tabling. I really think tabling is actually in some ways a level. It's equivalent importance to office hours. So I really think that we need to staff things at like Winterfest, at our elections tabling, at our town hall. If you did all office hours and said, oh, well, I don't need to go to that, I don't really see that being valuable. Because we do need help on our 3-year plan. We do need help on these resolutions we're writing. So that's what we're trying to balance here. There will be, I'm sure, a bill coming up once we get through these bigger ticket items. So look out for that in March potentially, but more likely April. So just keeping it in mind, keeping that conversation alive. But in any case, yes, only put 1 hour of active office hours, like being physically in the office as part of your hours. But it would help if you worked on things while you were there. But if you're talking to people, that's fine. Physically being there is something we value too. Otherwise, if there are any questions? Not online? Okay, we can move on to Yilo. Administration Finance.
So Monday, we think we reviewed a couple of the funding requests, and we have one person absent. It's not from Student Senate, but eventually we approved and we went over the request with Advisor Green. And from the Finance Committee, we discussed the ideas for 3-year plan. We also we discussed some feedbacks from regional campuses, if I remember correctly. We discussed like we discussed like regional campuses requires like a refrigerator in the campuses, and it's I think it's from Senator Dirks. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, if we don't have regional Metro campus reports this week, I just wanted to, just mention that I recently got in touch with a faculty member at the Fort campus, and essentially he wanted to make a request to get a new like mini refrigerator for the Fort campus. Apparently the one they have there is about to die, and so they're gonna need a new one pretty soon, and they want to make sure that they can get that. And obviously being their senator, I feel obligated to bring that before you guys and hear your thoughts on that. Obviously, if you want more details, I can get those to you as needed. Essentially, you'd have to figure out like the model of the old fridge, maybe try and get another one of that same model, or just figure out sort of what they're looking for in terms of another one, seeing what we can do for them, given, you know, a price range. I haven't gotten a specific price range yet, but yeah, and
I guess this is more of a question in general. Do we know like whose budget like this would come out of?
It's
Or how
not
that
student activity.
works? What'd you say?
It wouldn't come from student activity fees if that's what you're wondering.
No, I didn't think it would come from student activity fees. I'm wondering if it's something that FPIC takes up or if it's something else. Like, I don't know how the fund, you know, all the different funding sources within the college.
Yeah, can I defer that to Cole? I think he has immediate response to that.
Okay.
Yeah, my understanding is that, so the regional campuses have fallen back under Dr. Mark Thomas in the time being with all of them moving around. So my guess is that would be something to maybe defer to him or have the campus manager defer to that. Regardless, because I don't have an immediate answer, but I can get you one. If you just want to have, so Lando, whoever you were in contact with, whether it's the campus manager or Alex, just have them email me. And then we can kind of see where that starts. I'm sure Ellie will know, but yes, that will definitely come from like probably a general fund type of an approach, or maybe it's an FPIC approach. But yeah, have them reach out to me and we can at least start from there since they brought it to your attention, and we can figure out our next steps.
all right, that's all I had then.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's not any
Yeah, is
question.
that I got confused, that a bridge for the student center or like faculty over there, specific department?
So it sounded like that the refrigerator is primarily being used by the students there in like the welding program, I believe, is what he told me. Essentially, it sounds like obviously, they're on their own kind of routine for their courses and stuff, and so obviously having that fridge is helpful for them so that they don't need to like, go on and off campus all the time. They can keep stuff there, overnight or something, and it'll still be okay. Just that sort of thing, just keeping the food preserved. But essentially, like I said, the fridge is dying at this point, so it's just the goal is to get them something sooner rather than later so they have it. And obviously, yeah, we could see if there'd be a way to repair it. I'm not sure exactly what's up with it.
Linda,
All I
it
know
sounds like
is
there's a
that
lot of unknowns, and why don't you write us something about that? Because we're getting a lot of more information, it's trickling out, but I actually would rather like to see it all in one place before we take any action on this and spend more time
Okay.
on it. We do have a packed schedule. So please write that down, send it to Cole, CC me and Annette
Yeah.
on it, and you're on FPIC, and I think Cole will take the primary lead on this, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so
All
Cole will do
right,
that.
sounds good.
Thank you, and then he'll come back with an update. Sounds like you'll have something for next week or 2 weeks from now.
Probably in a couple weeks, but
Okay.
given that's for the welding, that's gonna probably change up a lot. So
We'll check back in next week. If he has anything, then we'll give an update in 2 weeks at least with what's going on. Sound good, Linda?
thumbs up.
Thumbs up? Okay, perfect. Great, we can move on to Rules and Legislative Affairs Committee, VP Hashmi.
Yeah, couple of things, applications are starting tomorrow, 8 AM. Let me show you here, or can you open Wolfpack on your,
Yeah.
I think on my screen here, they're on Wolfpack, there's a big banner on the top. For applications for the Senate, they're gonna last, 3 weekends. And the application are going to be due by 9th March.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Yeah,
There we go. Got it.
And then, one more thing, please sign up, for next, or not next week, but the week of 24th. Tabling. I can't call names, but there's like few people signed up and there's few not, so. For the new senators, we're having, tabling, not next week, but the week after that, it's gonna be outside the student life. It's gonna be to people, yeah, so that's the banner that I was talking about. You can click over there. It obviously doesn't work right now, but tomorrow morning it's gonna work. And then you can fill out, the application. I do recommend filling out application as soon as possible because there's multiple questions, things to talk about yourself. And then you can also insert a picture, so all that. Yeah, for tabling, for new senators, we're basically gonna attract people to vote or well, first of all, submit their application, but more talk about, how to vote and the ballots and stuff like that, and why should they join the Senate. And you're going to see I can resend the email. But, oh yeah, for the new senators, I have to resend that email again for the tabling code, I guess. For the tabling, can they see my previous email or like?
They can, but sometimes stuff gets fallen back, so I think if you have a prompt response to it, that might be ideal.
Yeah, I can email you guys again for the, it's a link that you can schedule, you can identify your timing in it. It's like hours that week. Other things, yeah, but some things to do about the withdrawing policy in the college. So basically, it's a policy that if you have done 20% of your schoolwork in a class, after that, if you're gonna withdraw, if you're gonna withdraw after that, it might help on your transcript as a W. But if before 20%, or I think, sorry, I might be forgetting 40 or 20%. Before you withdraw, before to 20%, it's not gonna say W on your transcript, but after that, it's gonna say W on your transcript. And one thing that really pissed me off today, is that the college has a tuition calculator refund tool, but those dates are not accurate as your class dates. if you put your dates on, like, let's say class started on 21st, and then your class ends at May 5th or May 12th, I don't know. The withdrawal date for that class is like, when I called the enrollment center today, they told me it's a day ahead of it's literally called, if you go on My Madison College, it's called the refund tuition calculator. And they called it the estimate tuition refund calculator. So like, we want exact dates as a student. And I guess I was also gonna work with the enrollment center or maybe executive, what's it called? The people who work with syllabus, the people who manage over syllabus, what's their
I mean, that's just faculty unless you're talking about something specific with it.
developing, like improving syllabi?
Is that,
He wants to talk about I just had it up. I know the Syllabus Resource Center.
Yeah,
It's called.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to address them. I would like to tell them that every faculty have to put their withdrawal date on their syllabus, so a student don't have to go and hassle all through that calculator. Yeah, I'm gonna make something about it next week, but I just discovered it today, so I don't know. I don't have anything else other than that.
The one thing I'd like to say is that you can actually look up your own individual dates if you go on your what is it called? Your My Madison College, you go into
Right.
What is it? Let me just walk through
It's-
academic progress. No classes.
It's actually in my classes.
Yeah, I just
I was going during that. It's tuition. Where's that? What if I refund calculator?
oh
What are
I-
you talking about?
no, I think it's here. It tells you when you can drop it, I think.
Well, I hope it does, but I was looking over it today and it doesn't.
The calculator is an estimate because they don't know exactly when those are, but yeah, it tells you right here, drop retain record. If you look up every single class, it tells you drop retain record. If dropped on or before the state, this class will be
Okay.
retained record. So it is there. Again, these things exist out there. It's just people don't know about them. So we need to make it more known because every student can access this. Just like how every syllabus is actually online. Some of them are in the syllabus format, but all classes are required to post the competencies. You know what I'm talking about, Cole? All classes have to post
Like
what
whether they're.
will be covered in the class.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's all covered. Not all syllabuses are posted online. So that is an issue that some people just don't have that. But every single class has a description outlined with what core competencies they'll be covering in it. And then this does also exist, but if you wouldn't know where to look for it if you didn't know. So.
Right.
I mean, I don't know, but I still think that your points are good. I just wanted to give you more information so that we could give them hey, maybe there needs to be a webpage that shows you click on, you go to my Wolfpack, go to classes, go to view class schedule, and then click your enrollment deadlines so that people know, right? Because if that resource existed,
Yeah.
maybe people would actually know how to use it because I don't
A lot
think
of
most
people
people
lose
do. Yeah, I'd say that a lot of people don't. So
Couldn't-
sorry, Spencer. Yeah, go for it.
Be like an FAQ.
Yes, something like that. See, it's
Epic.
FAQ stands for frequently answered questions or asked questions. And if they just put that in there, it could be very easy. So I think this is a worthwhile cause for sure. Yes.
I think, Senator, Son, is a very good idea. given
Thank
the-
you.
Vice President.
Thank you for the question. I think that's a very good idea, getting it on the syllabus itself, and maybe having a paper syllabus standard out first day of class
And it says withdraw date
on the syllabus.
don't really not get paper syllabus at the first day class. Some classes not do that.
Some classes are online, not all classes do it. They have, yeah. go
Some
for it.
classes, they don't have withdrawal date or the last day to drop the class.
I just meant you get a,
Yeah.
like, this every class that
It
gets a
depends.
person.
No.
It depends. I don't get, yeah, I would say that in the business program, we typically don't.
That is,
I've had classes that meet only in person and still hand out the paper syllabuses.
that
I've had a class that hadn't set the syllabus until after the midterm.
What?
Yeah.
That can't be okay.
So just so you all know, this is
Program.
just good conscience for all of you. Your syllabus is your contract for your class.
Mhm.
So if I'm you, get a paper copy, print it off, whatever you have to do. but you should be able to review it. You should review it the first day of class because no modifications can be made to that once you've had your first day of class without following certain processes. Your syllabi is your contract for the class. So if your professor changes something on you, if you have to wait till after your midterm and then they make some change to your grading, technically you could run into issues with that. I'm telling you this because I've had this happen before. That is wild that you are not given a physical syllabi if you actually show up to class. Okay, cool. I'm done now. Thank you. That's wild.
Yeah, we got on a soapbox, but we respect. No, that's a good point. Thanks, Cole. I didn't know those things. I didn't know that it was not normal, because to me, it's normal. It's just what we've experienced, so. That's good to know. Okay, sounds like we can move on to team development committee. What you got for us? Go ahead.
Please sign up for the Rotan event. Just 3 people did for now, but keep going. Thank you. And that's pretty much all. We're talking about some activities that I want to do for the All Town because we want 2 people in the same spot. And also, as Goodman South is not as busy as it should, so we probably don't have like any late time off. They probably end up on like 4:30 or 5 p.m. So that for your availability, we also need like some early availability. So yeah, that's pretty much all.
VP Slipper, do you want to remind them of the date for the home?
Yes, it is March 3rd to Thursday. Wait, yeah, Monday,
yeah.
3rd March. How do I say March or March?
March.
March. Okay, 3rd March through Thursdays, 6th March. Yeah.
And
And
it's
then-
in Goodman South.
Yes.
That's correct.
And that should be done around like 5 p.m. So no later than, because after 5 p.m. it's not busy. So
It's, third Monday of March, that is on St. Patrick's Day.
Monday the 3rd. In French, it's reverse. So they go the day
Oh,
first.
oh,
then.
yeah, sorry.
That's
Yeah.
why I know Americans do it differently, but I knew exactly what you were saying. So yeah. Those damn Americans. No, I'm just kidding. I'm an American. Yeah. Okay. Is that any questions for VP Salibu? Not alone?
No.
Okay, hearing nothing, we can move on to VP Jackson Winters. Is they still here?
No.
No, they left. Okay. They left. That's fine. So just, I think they're not feeling well. So just midway through, that's fine. I think they're not feeling good. So we can move on. Where are we? Advisory report.
So just quick tidbits, please sign up for the town hall tabling. Please sign up for the election tabling. Hopefully in the near future, I should have some information for y'all about a Senate informational session that we can host for anybody that wants to apply to run for any position in Senate. I'm still trying to figure out a couple things with that. Once I have it though, I'll get that out to y'all because I really need y'all there, students in that aspect. Obviously I'll put together everything that I can put together just because it's a great, hey, here it is. And which we'll talk about the specifics of what's included in the position because it's out there for them to view, but transparency is also always key with that. Our first email, because applications open at 8 a.m. tomorrow to apply for Senate. Our first email goes out at 8 a.m. tomorrow that just lets everybody know it is open. And then every single QR code, every single link, every single button you can find goes live. So the application is available at every single campus, including not Commercial Avenue. It's available in person, virtually, any which way you could think of. So if someone says they don't know how to find it, I don't believe them. With that being said, if you're interested in wanting to apply for next year, like VP Hopkins said, get it as soon as possible, just because that assists us in the process. The last thing to show you all is that we, Senate normally provides one piece of, let's see, this is it. It is one piece of campaign material to each individual running. This is just a mock-up because there's still some slight modifications to make, but every single person that fills out, for the folks online, I'm just going to be pointing at the screen. Every single person will get one of these. Where the Senate logo is will be the photo that they send us. If they don't send us a photo, the Senate logo stays. It's just going to be that consistent and simple. Name, what position they're running for. If they're running for multiple, I got to figure that out. Mainly you can run for multiple senator positions, but not the president or VP positions. Their profile, and then my plan is to take anything they put in the profile and anything they want to accomplish, they have it out there as close to what they submitted as possible. I don't want to modify it, but obviously we're limited here. The QR code to vote will be at the bottom. And then the vote for me, we'll just make that a button as it goes up. It'll just be there for any of the marketing material.
What is this, gonna go on? Where is this present?
Yep, so this will go on our Wolfpack Connect site for each individual that's looking to run. Lando and I will go on ahead and create like a hyperlink where if you click it, it'll go to this for their profile to
Okay.
tell you what they're running for and stuff like that.
Something you had a question?
Yeah, if I could call, I think last week or this week during the Winterfest tabling, some people asked me, so they can basically have is this gonna be printout?
We will make it available to them digitally. If they would like to print it out, they can. We will not be printing it out.
If they would like to print it out, can they use our budget?
No.
So they're gonna print it at their own cost?
Yes.
We will
They're
just
not
create it
frozen.
for them. But if they want this printed out.
Right, I just wanted to.
So there's gonna be rules for campaigning that come out as soon as we close applications. Director Rome got those to me, so I'm gonna modify those, get those to all the rest of the e-board to make sure we're set and concise of what can and cannot be done. But yes, if they want color copies, if they want stuff to hand out, that's completely done by them. We just provide them this. And if they want to do more, folks can obviously do more. I actually just found one of Michael Malone yesterday randomly in the STEM week. Don't ask me why, but I just found it hanging out there. I was like, okay, cool. So that's just what we're gonna have. So that way, fair playing field that everybody can have something out there for them and how they choose to use it as content.
Yeah, and current senators also can't use, the Senate budget to print out for that. We don't help people with that other than create this digital marketing material. And we will set up that as a baseline to get things started, but we won't be paying for everyone to have all those, because then it would just cost way too much and it would be costing based on people potentially joining Senate. And I don't think that's a responsible use of funds personally.
So, yeah, that should be everything. Please make sure you show up to your one-on-ones with me.
Yeah, I have a question too. I'll emphasize that part at the end after I also
Sure.
talk, because that's important. But the last thing I want to mention is that, if everything can't fit on the page, can they also have like an extended page online where it's just their unedited answers, where you have basically the full answer? Because some people write a lot. I was the person who wrote a lot. There's no way everything I wrote would end up on a poster. So maybe you could take a segment, put it on the poster. They could use that, and on their own, they could print out their own, so that people could take a look at it. But then on the page, it would have the full amount. So you scroll down past that image, and then everything that they entered in, it'd just be on the page, I think.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
easy.
think that would be a problem. I think as I get stuff submitted to me, and I see kind of where it's at, I'll create something and I'll run it by y'all to make sure we're setting good. But I don't see why we can't do that. That should be pretty simple.
Okay.
And show up to your one-on-ones, please. Thank you. I yield unless there's questions. It's being done. There's
Oh, did everyone show up to, everyone has their one-on-one scheduled, or you're showing up to them?
Yep, I just gotta get the new folks, but I'll handle that at a later time because we gotta get them onboarded.
Okay, so yeah, everyone show up to your one-on-one meetings with Cole. If you don't show up, that'll be an absence. So we're counting those as attendance. So if you don't show up, you will be marked as absent. Just letting everyone know.
I think Annette is asking the question that you and I talked about. What does AM mean under the office hours?
Oh, advisor meeting. I should send out, you know what I should send out? I did update that. I should send out an update on what some of the changes were. I sent them all to Elon, but I should send it all to everyone, I guess, so everyone knows what each thing stands for. Annette, obviously you know what FPIC stands for, but not everyone knows it's finance and, facilities planning and investment council. Let me send out like a quick little guide. But I'll do that after, let me do it like next week by Thursday, maybe. We can go over it because we have WSG, so we're focused on that. Oh, sorry. Moving on to reports from special and select committees. Student Activities Board of the UTAL, what updates do you have from us?
So last Friday, I think we tabled the student leadership compensation. We didn't vote that yet.
Yes.
And we also discussed a possible, like the major stuff is, we also discussed a possible raise of transaction fees from 35 to 46. From, the coordinator is Jacqueline.
Did she recommend 46?
Yeah, I think that on her slides, it's 46. She showed data to, I can pull out the name.
Do you remember, Declan, you were there too? I thought there wasn't any official recommendation made because we didn't really see how that would impact the transportation fee.
She gave some, I think she gives data to make prediction that the cost of the transportation will increase in following years. So she recommended to increase the cost from 35, which I think is made by uh, the director room, to 46.
Interesting. Did you catch that, Declan, when you watched the meeting? I think it was an option. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
what she
it's an
recommended.
option. Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
remember her reasoning had to do with the fact that during an economic downturn, people are going to be enrolled at higher rates, and that's going to increase utilization.
Okay.
That was what I remember from that.
Okay. We'll be getting updates this Friday about more because when Usman comes back.
Yes, we're
yeah.
still waiting.
So we're still waiting for that. Okay, but we'll see what it ends up being.
Oh,
for
that's
sure.
it's a huge jump. So
Right. That's why. Yeah. Cause no, I heard that. I'm like, are we risking? So. Okay. Good to know.
but we still need to check with the accountant, which is Usman.
Yes. Anything to add from other members of the SAB, like Declan who visited, as well as Lando, who is the alternate?
We did have like a sidebar discussion in the chat. There was mention of an ad campaign or business deal where we would offer free advertisements to, I think it was B-Cycle
It was
initially.
me that suggested that to B-Cycle. The problem is that with B-Cycle, there's a new contractor taking over, and I really do think that when you have a transition, especially when you're transiting both the new transportation coordinator who, that they've been selected, correct?
Oh, that's that one. It's been selected, nothing's been finalized though. So we're
Okay.
still waiting to hear from the top down.
Okay, great. Yep. So we'll be waiting to hear from them. So with the new person coming in to both our side and on the B-Cycle side, I think when she said that we're just gonna keep the contract the same, I do think that now is the time to keep it the same and that it could be kept as a recommendation for future, but it should definitely be written down somewhere. I agree with that because I do think that we have opportunity. We have means to create a better contract and make it cost less. Yes, I agree with that. But personally, I think that if you want to, that's something you feel strongly about, feel free to, convince me and Ellie otherwise, because we're the ones me, Ellie, and who's the other person? Jason. We're the three that kind of lead that, as well as Usman. So 4, I guess. Yeah.
Who's doing the actual negotiations with B-Cycle?
That would be the transportation coordinator. So it's Jackie. She'd be the ultimate say, but we do have our meetings. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Feel strongly to email them if you'd like.
Would that take recommendations from us if we had, pinned a letter together?
Yeah, they would certainly consider those recommendations, but I do think that with Jackie being the one that's mostly in charge of that, her and Usman, I do think that's probably where they're settled on. But yeah, you can definitely write it, and I would endorse that. So yeah, something to think about. Okay, SAB's done. College Assembly.
Yeah, so College Assembly met yesterday just to kind of talk about where everything is going. They stopped and talked a bit about just the nature of everything going on currently within the college as a whole, especially with some of the political strife happening. They did vote on 3 different proposed changes to the bylaws. I believe, please don't quote me on that. I am going to wait for the final minutes. So if I state this incorrectly, I apologize. The first one is that regional campuses will now be given the opportunity to basically review and have even a greater say in any type of issue review of identification that may or may not have an impact upon them, or it might directly upon them so that they can have the final say. Previously, it was kind of like they were just kind of tasked with, hey, this might impact insert campus here. You should look at this. But now it's actually going to give it to them of, do they want to review this and other aspects like that. Again, I'm going off what I heard because I did leave halfway through, but I do have the voting results. The one that, the greatest conversation had was about college culture and climate and institutional effectiveness role and issue analysis. Being that DCRC, is still present, but not part of the Shared Governance Council, they were looking to identify what is the best way for individuals to bring in their perspectives, like the Office of Culture and Climate and Institutional Effectiveness, to engage in the complex, issue analysis. So, again, I will get you all updated information about that in my report, what was decided. And then lastly was to get institutional effectiveness role to kind of approve in any of the work with policy owner or assessment that is needed. So overall, just a lot to be said that they're trying to finalize how they're going to best get all insights from individuals across all of the campuses and the departments so that they're making the most informed decision at college assembly. And then lastly, there were some movement of individuals within college assembly to fill vacant roles. And then the one that's going to be most applicable to you all is that I am now a part of college assembly, serving as one of the staff seats. So yeah, that'll be more to come as we go from there. But that was the bulk of what was discussed at college assembly. Are there any questions? And again, if I misspeak, this will be updated in the minutes. I'll have it for you all.
Can you just send that out to us? I think I get access to it too, so one of us can send it out.
Yep.
I just included I'd like to, if you just send it an email and we'll include it in the materials for.
Yeah, I will do so.
Yeah, okay. The other thing to mention is that, we have two people assigned to college assembly. We have a Senate president, as well as we have a general Senate member that gets to be recommended to the college assembly. Unfortunately, Yilong's schedule no longer allows for him to attend because of the computer science class. Data structures meets at the same time as it. He's already part of two committees and through executive council as well as the student activities board, so he's not required to do a third. So I would like to invite you to resign from that, and then we could pick another person and appoint them. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Okay, well, this is his resignation. You don't need to send a letter. We're just accepting your resignation because Senate President can do that. And then we will appoint someone else if we do. Does anyone generally have interest in that potentially? 2:30 to 4 o'clock on the second Wednesday of the month.
2:30 to
2:30 to 4 o'clock, yes.
2 hours.
Well, an hour and a half, but yeah.
Hour online.
Online, yes. You are attending quite a bit. I guess someone's after that money because this is another one of those. It's also $500, right, Cole?
Yes. So.
Yeah. If you attend, for now, because you will miss half of them, it won't be that full amount. It would be
$250.
it'd be $100 per meeting because you have to attend 4 out of 5 to get the full 500 because they give you one absence. But if you don't, then they do it per meeting. So it'd be $100 per meeting. So there's 3 meetings from March, April, May. So you'd be getting $300 if you attended all of them.
Yeah. Okay.
You want to do it? Okay, we'll talk about it later, but if anyone else send us the executive council appoints, president recommends. So that's how that works. But keep that in mind, everyone online too. So if you want to become part of the college assembly, we do talk about rules updates like Cole mentioned to the entire college. And we hear about everything going on in all the shared governance councils and we vote on it. So you have a real share in the power there. But with that, we can move on to unfinished business, a Senate winter retreat recap. Cole, can you pull that up on there because my computer's kind of dying?
Yes, where would that be located?
It's just in the meeting materials for today's meeting.
Okay. So.
Yes, from winter retreat. Yep. So it has all of our recommendations on there, or most of them. I modified them a little bit. For the most part, I'd say it's like if you looked at the raw material and what I have on there, it's like 90%, maybe even upwards of 90, like 95% there. So yeah, you make a quite a bit of appearance in it. So yes, you do. Even our friends the Brenners were there, so that's good. And there we are at the table. That's Sylvia turned back around. She's like, "Where's the picture?" Nah, she knew. Okay, but this is our student Senate winter retreat ideas, initiatives, and recommendations. A lengthy title, but that's what it is. Next slide, and thank you, Cole, for pulling this out. Yep. This is the purpose of the trip. We wanted to do a winter retreat so we could have some leadership development. We could have some team building, some idea sharing, and we can focus our initiatives for the next semester. We went to Chula Vista. together. We, went to the water park. We had some fun times with a good meal. We just got to hang out together, but we also had some ideas from this. So this is kind of the recap of everything that we came back from it with. So go to the next slide, please. This is what we had from the fall semester. So if you remember, we started doing more of these retreats. In the fall semester, we actually did a ropes training, high ropes training, and we want to make that more of like a standard thing to happen to all the Senate, so we could all attend together and like do the team building on the ropes. That was really fun, right? I mean, Cole, you were on there too, right? You remember it being fun? I do remember you didn't have so fun a time because of there's rope burn, so we'll recommend gloves next time. So remember that. But some of the ideas we had from fall 24 with collaboration with organizations like this other student orgs like STEM Hub or Volunteer Center, campus involvement with clubs, regional campus outreach, cafeteria improvements and food policy, alumni association, VP of inclusion and belonging, sustainability coordinator position, name tags, interactive posters, and private study pods. I added that in because of Jose. So we didn't really talk about it in fall, but I just added that for you. So there's some we're misrepresenting the truth a little bit, but that's okay. But I brought it to your attention. But I just put a word art cloud so that you can all see, those are some of the priorities that we had, and just to make note of all the things that we talked about in fall. Now this is winter, so let's go on to what did we talk about in winter? We thought it'd be a really good idea to split things into how did the last semester go? What would we have wanted to happen? And then how are we going to make those ideas actually happen in implementation? So go to the next slide. So how did it go? So a lot of the good opportunities, whereas we loved our icebreakers for team development. So thank you, Nohaya, for being the lead on that. We really like that we're doing a lot more events than we did previous semester. Last semester was really more about maintaining Senate, but now we're actually getting out there. And I think it's really about building things forward. So that's good. We like that we, focus diversity and inclusion. We like the way meetings organized. We like the business meetings. That was a good addition that people really like, that not every single one's reports. So we just need to make sure that we do reports every now and then. Like next meeting will be a report meeting, but we do people generally like the business meetings. That's good. We like that we're making a lot of connections, becoming friends in Senate. We like that we invited the president, Dr. Jack Daniels, before he retired. We like the clearing advertisements that we've been having. We like the new additions for the people that we're having student Senate, so that's good. We didn't say bad because Annette said that they're not bad. These are opportunities for improvement. So Annette, I did take your word and I saw that on there. Someone wrote exactly, quote unquote, a lot of drama. There was a lot of drama, but we got over it. I think we're fairly drama free this semester. So we just had to get things figured out, and now we're in a good spot, I think. Meeting times run over, we still run over, and we need to be better about our time usage. So I think a lot of people have a lot of things to say. So we should you need to get better on it, and that's really a lot of my fault. So I'm sorry, but everyone has something to say, and I want to include that. So I need to get better at managing time. We do need more training. And we need to redo our training videos because they're kind of outdated for some of them, especially the ones on Blackboard. So one thing that I've been doing is creating more training. I think I created a sheet. I created a stipend rubric sheet, although that's going to be outdated. And then did I do any other ones, Cole? How to write a bill, I think, right? Yep. Yes. Yeah. So I've been doing those, but I would like someone else to help me out and make sure that the new Senate people don't just watch me having to do it. It'd be good if I wasn't the only person. So if someone else could take the lead on that, you interested?
I'd love to learn.
Okay, let's try to do one together then, because me and Annette did the 3-year presentation together. And then Cole, did you have something on the line?
Yeah, so we are overhauling all of it with the new learning management system. So we actually, we'll take anything that's new because everything that LD has in there that she's being replaced. So that will be happening as soon as I get access to Brightspace.
Okay, so is that gonna happen this semester, something that we should continue, or should we wait, or should it just be next year?
Continue making what you want to make because I can upload it.
Oh, wow, that's good, yes.
Yeah, but everything that you see on the Blackboard course that is old will be gone. And a lot of it will be updated, including, I do have it set now, we will have more in-depth training at each position. So the senators will have their own training that goes along with it besides the general training, the VPs will, the president will.
Tailored.
So you won't have to do them all, but if you're the VP of Administration and Finance, not only do you have to do the general training, you will have your own VP of Administration and Finance.
Whoa, that's new. I'm impressed.
That is something that we have created, and as soon as I get access to Brightspace, we'll start doing it. What's up with Sam?
what day are you exactly gonna switch on to Brightspace?
Good question. I heard,
Because over the summer we get
yeah, so I heard that, hopefully should be made available come post spring break. Is my guess. But a lot of the work is already, I already created the bulk of everything put together. It's just as simple as putting it in.
So technically over the summer, our new senators are going to be using Brightspace.
Correct. Yep. As soon as we're told Blackboard, as soon as I'm told we don't use Blackboard. I'm using Blackboard.
Wow. Okay. Brooklyn?
May I have access to the Blackboard still?
Once I get you onboarded.
Okay, cool.
But I submitted your thing today, so we'll get there. But yes, you'll get it.
Will we be able still to have access to the Blackboard for like everything?
It'll finish out through May, but after May, the Blackboard will disappear. Questions? Cool. I just want to put that
Any
out
further
there.
questions? Okay, moving on, participating in other club events, we need to do better at that. We need to finish the classroom presentation, which we did. So yay for Nevaeh, who's not in the room, but I'll just give a clap if you ever come back and watch it. They did a good job with that. So we just need to get that on there. Introductions and history of Student Senate. I think that's honestly probably something that I met the former Student Senate president, the revered, the honorable Tina Marshallek now. It used to be Tina Owens, but she got married. Your girl got married. So good for her. Congratulations. And she seems to be pretty happy. And I need to set a time to get her into us. So there's 2 people we need to get on our calendar. 3 now with Flan. Let me finish this quick. Better promotion of our GA meeting. We want to get more people there. And we do need to work with our regional campus senators. And I think that Cole, with the update he gave, there's opportunity to have regional campus. Actually, potentially we can have the regional campus senators could come to that meeting and be present. So I think that might just be a good idea for a new,
Like a room or something.
yeah, they should be, that should be one of their requirements to go to that meeting. If they can, if not, maybe they can just watch the meeting and give feedback on it. So I think that'd be good. Jose, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna put it in the chat. Thank
Sure,
you.
perfect. Okay, next slide, please. How would you like things to go? People said they want people to come in person. It's a good thing to do. So, we want some of that retention, team building and training. We want to have more of that, more onboarding, pre-boarding. We want to understand the time commitment. People should pay attention to what's on the agenda, read the meeting minutes. I agree. So for that one, we do need to have a one-on-one to explain stipends. People liked that idea. So we're going to be implementing it, not this year because it's a little too late for that, I think. But I think if anyone wanted to, we could have that. You can make that as part of your one-on-one in May. So actually we could probably do that. Right, Cole? You can have that one-on-one with them
Correct. It would actually happen in April.
in April.
It would have to be in April because we'd have to get everything finalized because as soon as folks have graduated,
Oh,
they would be off and because the new Senate starts.
okay.
at
So
May.
maybe that'll be part of the April meeting. We'll when they come meet with you, then you'll have a little bit of a discussion about that. So maybe we should try and make that happen. Fundraising for student orgs, develops Senate business cards. Kind of needs to be a little more hands off, so take a break and, let people do things. I try to do that. Hopefully, Declan's not here, but hopefully I try to do a little bit more in his meeting, so that's good. Invite the new president. We're getting a new president to our college, so that's good. Idea to host a monthly potluck, attend more sport events, gift card incentive. That was Nohai's idea that maybe we need to provide a gift card to the 2 senators at the end of the year who win the award. So I think that'd be good. Participate in the fall vendor market. Escalators, I don't know. That's all was written on there. Just said escalators. So I don't remember what that's all about, and also art. Yeah, I don't know whose idea that was, but also the end of the year celebration. So there's that. Next slide.
Sorry.
How do we implement these ideas on campus? There's 2 slides of these. Public safety collaboration through the Pima Parking Initiative, and that wasn't on there, but now also through the PSAC, Public Safety Advisory Committee, and as well the traffic safety initiative that we have going. Onboarding materials and sessions, maybe we need to do an all-day training. Do you think that'd be a good idea, Cole, all-day training for Senate?
Yes, in the beginning. I don't know during the semester if that's feasible, but that is definitely something that can be included with the folks as we start out probably end of May.
Okay.
But we also will have an orientation at our May 1st meeting, just because that is when all of the new Senate folks are invited to come and meet you all as the current Senate folks. We talk about connections.
Okay. Moving on, inviting Dr. Tim Casper, the new president, to our swearing-in ceremony, that'd be good. Team development to handle business cards, pin makers, and name tags. They might not be able to get to all of those, so I think name tags is the achievable one. And I think if we got name tags by the end of this year, just like figure it out, then we can do it, set it up for next year, so we can get that set up. Creating a PowerPoint or poster to be on, sorry, yes.
Do we have an update on the name tag stuff?
Let's talk about that later. Creating PowerPoint or poster to be on digital TVs and student life and den. Requirement for senators to volunteer, attend club meetings or go to regional campuses. Promotional ads for newspaper, newsletter, radio. Training on political lobbying and legislative positions for Wisconsin student government. So we need to create those trainings. Next slide, please. Require Senate to read bill aloud at meetings at Senate so we can make a bill for that. Update the process for how to introduce a bill and a resolution. Host a student senate meeting at a regional campus. I think that'd be a good idea. Starting at Goodman South. So maybe we'll be able to do that by next semester. We might be able to host our meeting like that. Senate should assist with high school tours and visits to recruit STEM Academy students. That was from Annette. Create more Senate swag to give out. I know Abraham, really wanted to do that. Do a DIY t-shirt and tie-dye when spring rolls around after spring break. Because your town hall will be done. So that can be your next initiative. Get those name tags and the tie-dye. So I think that'd be something that'd be really fun.
I don't think we can make it tie-dye.
We'll see about that. We'll talk later though. More team building retreats and conferences, trips in Senate, bring more people to the summer NACA event. We'll be talking about that. That'll be for the next year's senators though, because it's quite expensive, but it becomes less expensive when we drive. And it sounds like it's gonna be in Indianapolis again. So anyone coming back to Senate, it'd be good to do that. I think Cole will be going too. Did you have a question? When? No? Okay, I thought I saw you just thinking pensively. Okay, what was your question before? Name tags, okay, yeah,
I still need to figure out with Maria. We have to do the same setup, so.
okay, so they'll work on that. I do know that their priority right now, I want you working on is the town hall, so that's the biggest thing, but maybe we can, after WSG, with my assistance, maybe we can figure out how to get that set up. Are you interested in working on that?
Yeah, I can work with the STEM people over here.
Let's talk to Cole and get him to direct all of that for now, but that'll be good. So talk to Cole with your ideas and then the three of them can figure it out. But next slide. Pictures, there we are having fun at Chula Vista.
Why did you use that picture?
What picture?
Do I see a lobbyist in this picture?
A lobbyist?
I don't see there's someone here that's not a senator.
Oh, that was when they were thinking about becoming Senate. So yeah, there's that. But next slide. Yep, there's we had a really fun late night pizza run, so that was good. And then the Sela guy used a good picture of and then there we all are, celebrating the Christmas spirit with a Christmas tree and reindeers. And we made our lobbyists do work by pulling us on the sled, and then Lando just wants to be there. So there's us. Yay, that was us. That was a retreat. Consider coming to our next retreat. Thank you.
Yes, it will be fun again.
Okay. This is just a brief update because it's not fully done yet, but this is moving on to the stipend review rubric and interviews. So we mentioned how you could potentially have interviews done in April when Cole does your one-on-one. So it'll be a good opportunity for that. We still do want to have written conversation about that. Sorry, let me join. But because I do think it's going to have documentation about what's good, what needs to be improved upon. And then, Evan, can you turn your camera on, please, actually? Okay, so this is like a short review of the rubric. So things are largely the same up here. Let me just turn this off. But this is kind of like what the rubric was last. You remember it being like sideways and being like a table. Well, I kind of kept some of that, except for general senators, you'll have your responsibilities here. So this is your responsibilities for everything that can be assessed. The other things are like, are you part of two committees? Are you like showing up to your committee meetings and stuff like that? But we wanted to have some basic things here, and it should be like a yes or no thing. So I think before it was like ranking with a number. I don't think that was so, I don't know. I think it's a lot more practical to ask, did you do this thing? So like, did you give a classroom presentation? Did you have 2 committee assignments? Did you, well, I don't know what these are going to be, but did you do whatever this question ends up being? So it's not fully done yet, but the point was just get it on the schedule. So we'll update it next week. For knowledge and skills, did you effectively use Robert's rules in Senate meetings? Yes, and then we can assess, me and Cole can assess that. We'll give you notes back on whether or not we felt like you used it. And this is all be ranked at the level of senator versus like a person in Hassan's role, for legislative affairs, you're in charge of that. So we would have a higher standard. So we'd have more questions for that, but that's different for officers. But did you post about any Senate activities in Wolfpack Connect? Yes or no? Did you update or create any training materials? That'll be for returning senators or executive officers. So that might not even be on this because I think my goal is to have a separate rubric for every role, not including, so just general senators and the officers because they have the stipends. The other thing, do you know where to locate resources like the office hours log, the Constitution and bylaws, Senate legislation template, Senate committee descriptions, and meeting times? These are a lot more concrete ways to assess whether or not you're doing things. Did you, were you the primary author of a resolution or bill? Yes or no? Did you contribute to writing one? Did you co-sponsor? Did you actively participate in discussions? So me and Cole can kind of, check that. Like, do we feel like they did that? And then you can give your own notes, and then we'll also give you feedback. In a paragraph, I sent every single person an email on some morning with our point score for that. Attendance. How many meetings were you able to attend? And then this is what we're thinking. Before it said if you attended 50% of the meetings, we consider that as being like okay. And that I just don't think that's like the baseline there. Like 50% of meetings, it's 7 meetings throughout our entire semester of 14. I think we were a little better than that. So that's going to be the new standard that we're set to. I'm really not a fan of 50% being the baseline B level because the A level work is 75%. I just think that's too forgiving. So this is kind of what I was thinking, like 90%, 80%, 70%, lower than 70. Honestly, I was just thinking, did you miss 1 meeting, 2 meetings, or 3 meetings? If you miss more than 3, then you kind of get a bad score for that. Because we just can't pay you for if you're not coming. That's going to kind of basically set the baseline like for everything else. So I think that's going to be one of the things at the top actually, like for attendance. So there'll be some requirements on the classroom presentation, committee assignments. Yes.
So
Definitely.
70% attendance would be missing 4 1/4 meetings.
We'll just round it down to 4
Okay.
because they need to be so exact. Yeah. So we'll think about that. If you miss more than 3, basically, then that's kind of like 3 strikes you're out. I think that's fair. Yeah, with 14 weeks, and you also have the spring break off and stuff like that. Yes.
And then what about tardinesses through those? How many of those count for 1 absence?
It's already outlined in the what's it called?
And nothing's gonna change all that then?
No, I don't think so. Just for the stipend rubric. That's a good point. I'll think about that for next week. I just scratch what I said. I was wrong. You're right about that.
Understood.
Yeah, we'll take that into account as well for stipend rubric. Yeah, I'm sure there's a way to do it, and I'm sure once I present that way, there'll be an even better way to do it. So it's all about improving things. So I'm sure that I'm not perfect here, and it's literally not even done. So, but I just wanted to show you it to show where we're at. But when it's done, we'll let you know. In any case, we can move on to the 3-year plan and brainstorm session. Did we bring up the poster boards? I hope he's coming upstairs from that. But otherwise, we have ideas for a 3-year plan, and we literally broke into sessions for it. I'm hoping that the people from online can share their ideas, and then I can come up from downstairs and then pass it to Yilong to administer this meeting, because I have a feeling Cole ran downstairs to go get the sheets as well. So do you think the online people, do you think you can share what your ideas for the 3-year plan updates were? While I go get that. Annette, do you want to take lead on that?
Sure, you want me to take notes or what do you want me to do exactly?
Can you just share your ideas for the 3-year plans from people online? Do you remember what you remember? I'm gonna be downstairs, I'm gonna come up.
There's 2 people that I know, Dr. Kidd.
You can get the stuff. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah. Right.
I'm like feeling like a space cadet right now, you guys. So 3-year plan.
I think
Sorry.
it was in the group chat, Annette.
Yeah, I think it was one of the past meetings. Let me go back and grab that.
Yes.
Was
I
it the
think I saw
last
some of
meeting?
them.
What's gonna be good?
Yes.
What's gonna be.
It was last Thursday.
The big ceremony.
Are there any documentation?
Bring it up twice.
No, they just wrote, yeah, they wrote down on the chat.
Oh,
You guys wrote down on the group chat.
Okay, I'll find it. It might
Okay.
take me a minute.
Well, actually, not really excited about the jacket. So
Oh, yes, sure. Oh, I have been call, I forgot to talk about, if I don't can play, but I will. Because if I know we have the money for it, I'm not.
how much you got for that?
Yeah.
We spent
Guys,
almost 30.
Did you run into, Kai? No, what? Keep putting it down to make sure that you were bringing up the 3-year plan posters.
The judge, the program didn't get the guy, we were trying to tell them, they're asking for that, how you want them to be why?
Thanks, restroom, everybody.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the program, it's not.
What do you? What are you referring to?
On the blue.
You mean the color?
Yeah.
I like dark color, you know. Dark color. It'll take you and also like.
You want me to fill that out?
No, it's okay. I have to use the bathroom.
Cole came back in and then, oh, he's here.
I can fill it.
Let me just spread these out again.
Yeah, we good. What time are we at?
6:50.
No, sorry, 5.
What is going on? So whose is this?
Ours is in blue.
So that doesn't look like,
Oh, this is from a long time ago.
this one is. 3-year plan right there. Oh, there's that, yeah, there's that.
More study pods. This must be Jose. Who was in Jose's?
I know this.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that is Lando.
Lando.
Who, Quinn?
Yeah.
What were you part of? Were you part of the study pods, access to housing? Sorry? So Hassan and Jose and you?
Yeah.
Is it yours?
Yeah.
Okay, you'll present this.
Oh.
You'll come up there. I'll be your board. Ooh, I get to be a board and not talk. That'll be fun. So who wants to go first?
What do you have on your feet?
This is an ankle bracelet, AKA my, my earmuffs. Yeah, watch. What? I'll be your board.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, we're gonna do a little presentation here for the 3-year plan. Where does Hassan go?
You had to.
I guess bathroom. No, you have to
This
have
is,
some.
Should be a challenge, and it's to strengthen our knowledge.
Can you, everyone see this?
Online, yes?
A little bit higher.
Your hand is going too high.
Huh?
Your hand is going too high.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Wait, do you want someone to like copy that?
We
People online
cannot
see
see
this?
it online.
I just transcribed that right into the chat.
Actually, you can.
No one said that.
Show me. I'll just type it in the chat.
Hello, can you see me now?
Move a
No,
little bit
you
further.
actually,
Give it a name.
Because
has
I want
to
to
block
take
that
pictures.
You let's, yeah, but I'll to hold that.
Yeah.
Please.
Special time.
Wait, let me just take a pictures and send it to the group chat.
That's a good idea.
Actually, Senator
Why
Raptor
does the
had a,
camera not work?
Senator Raptor had a better idea where you could
Well,
describe it.
if I look at the picture, I just
I just sent it to the group chat.
Okay, we'll talk about it. So it's in the chat, but no, hi, we'll talk about it. You can go back to your seat, I guess. Or do you want, okay, stand up here for everyone. I'll do it. I'll hold it.
Thank you. So my group was Lando, Evan, and me. So we say idea for the 3 years plan initiative, diversity officer. So like outside of the represented. Sorry, I can go through it. What are the buildings money?
Outside rep from identity-based club that reports directly to Senate.
Yeah.
I guess I just know how to understand you. Like,
Lando.
turn your camera on then.
I'm not talking about like. Oh yeah, I know. So we're talking about like, for the new positions, like find like a, no, that is not the same one. Oh, yes. Okay, for the new positions, find like a position that would be like someone who is going to other diversity clubs and go to the meetings and then come back here and do us a report about it in the meetings. So like we want an officer who can get directly involved with the club, like the diversity club in Madison College. So probably like a new positions or at least at the position already exists, but someone who will go to every meeting, but not all of them. Probably like one time a month, know what's going on, probably like UCG or the Asian like community or something like this, and then come back here and say, hey, I went in that club, they talk about this, it was a good idea. So they can help them. I want to BS, they talk about this, they have this event, so they can help them. So that is what this part means about the diversity officer. The second one is the Senate recruiters. We say like involved in recruitment for Senate. So I think like every Senate member should get involved, talk with your, I mean, friends, everybody, like be like, hey, come join Senate, is that and that. So we can get more people to coming in. And we say attend more campus events like the Winterfest. I just include those two people, Asan and Nevea. It was outside of my schedule, but if you can, just please like go to that event. We also talk about the business card. I think that is already on the goal. Make some business card for the student senate. We also talk about like hourly positions, maybe for the VP or maybe for the diversity officer. Because if someone had to go to like every meetings or like some diversity clubs, he probably be more that person to get paid hourly than just be like once depend in the semester. So that would be like more fair, I guess. We say training video updates, call already talk about it, so that is cool. And we say 15 to 30 minute training during the meeting. So we were thinking about like for new senate, after like our meeting, dedicate 15 minutes or 30 minutes to do like some trainings. Probably, like for the stipend like you did today, it was like 15 minutes or 10 minutes. Probably like next week, do some training about like, I don't know, something else about Senate, also 10 minutes. So that would be a way for them to still do the meeting, not dedicate outside time, but still know more about Senate. So if you have more questions, ask your question right now. Don't just like be, hey, next meeting, oh, I thought that was going to help me or can you explain that to me? So what is why we mean by like dedicate 15 to 30 minutes for trainings? We say Klonkai because
Right there.
yeah, you really involved in Senate, you bring people here and you know how to do your job. So you need another guy, yeah. And you say, yeah, Klonkai is our marketing, definitely, yeah. You do your marketing so. And we say, oh, we're also planning doing some hoodies and jacket, a new hoodies and a new jacket for this new story Senate. I did not know if we call yet, but I think that should be fine. We have the budget for it. So we're just going to figure out the design of the stuff.
Okay.
And we said,
Oh, Velcro.
what is that?
Velcro, like you can attach it by Velcro.
Oh, yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
that.
Yeah, that's
Okay. Thank you for the hand for Nohaya. Who's next? You wanna come up, Quinn? Sure. And Hassan and, what was I saying? Did you do this one?
I
Sure did.
Yeah, yes, you're right. Yes, you're right.
Send it to the chat.
Oh, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, okay, we'll take that.
A quick pick.
Give me 1 minute. Okay, that's it.
Really like
I know, right?
So, we spent a lot of time talking about how we could make Madison College, the campus here, a better study space for students. I guess I wanted to know more about maybe if we could ask the students what they prefer, but one thing that Hassan and Jose said that is already kind of established is that people really like these study pods. And we're kind of wondering how we could get more of those in, how we could pay for them, or if we could even ask that through some of the trades classes that have that Central Avenue, if they could be built by students. For students, and that would be a really good way to kind of foster some sense of community of this place being maintained by students for students. We also talked about accessibility to housing in Madison and tossed around some ideas of how we could maybe support people's search for housing in the Madison area, and how we can support international students
Yeah,
with their search for housing and everything else that kind of goes on top of that.
especially since international students don't have credit score. So when they come to Madison, they have to do all the hectic application, plus they have to show us credit score, plus they have to make a deposit, plus they have to, like, 1 million other things. Go ahead.
Wait, we have.
You have credit score?
Yeah,
Okay, I guess.
you just have to have your social securities and then
No, international students cannot have a social security number.
you can, if you work on the campus.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
then
yeah,
you
but
need
what's
work
like,
permit for that.
what?
I believe you need work permit.
No, you don't need though.
No, I guess like newcomers in Madison College, like
Yeah,
if
that's one.
there's this first semester coming abroad, they want to move in. I'm not talking like people who have been here like 1 semester or 2 semesters, just like very fresh new people are coming to Madison.
I just get mine the first semester, so. I just think like get more information, I just
Yeah.
said, because
Mhm.
the first semester I started here, I already get mine.
Okay.
It was like in less than 2 months, so probably like you said, just spread the information because a lot of people know about it, but probably like not everybody.
Mm.
But like you said, spread the word so everybody can know. But you
And
can.
if I may suggest, maybe somebody, international student that knows quite a bit of this would be a good point person to kind of help you and Hassan, guys, get together,
Mhm.
work on that topic.
Okay.
And then if you want to work about Wolfpack, or if you want to talk about Wolfpack.
Yeah, expanded Wolfpack, Wolfpack welcome. to get-
Tablings.
Yeah, well, the Wolfpack welcome is the orientation. And to get, alumni, guest speakers to come and speak, maybe make it bigger, make it funner.
Right.
Probably gonna hate it, but, make it longer. Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential there and, we can take it and expand it. I think the student center can do a lot with that.
Thank you.
So, thank you, yeah. One more presents. Where is it? Was that yours, Declan?
Yeah, you have to work.
Yes.
But when you come here and land on the airplane, you don't have anything to do. I'll be glad to start from there.
You can. Yes.
Declan, I can't find yours. Maybe I didn't bring the right one.
I mean, I can say what we discussed.
It was diversity, pizza, and more comedy.
I mean, most of our discussion was pretty much actually what we covered in the committee meeting too.
Oh, really?
Talking about the study design for the freedom parking initiative. It's pretty much just that, actually. I think you got kind of.
Yeah, I know where yours went though, sorry. Yeah, I can't find record of that, so looks like we'll cut it early, I'm sorry. Looks like we can move on to WSG governor elections. Let me share the document that I sent out. But right now, do we have anyone that would like to nominate themselves to run for WSG governor? Anyone in person or online? Other than Lando, who's already nominated? Okay, it sounds like no. Okay, looks like no one else. So let's go ahead and read the rules. Did I send this in like a document? Wish I put it in a document, but I didn't. Okay, well, how it'll begin is that Lando will have 2 minutes to speak to the Senate and give his position for why he wants to be governor of WSG. And then we'll have 5 questions to answer any questions about it. If you would like, you can choose to pass it up too, since you're the only person running. So yeah, but if you want to give your statement, we can set a timer for that.
Well,
Let me know when you're ready.
Not running against anyone, but I will just give some details on sort of my background and I guess other experiences I've done to, I guess, qualify myself for the position. So, yeah, did you start the timer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so essentially, junior year of high school, I was nominated for this thing called Badger Boys State, and essentially, you know, pretty much all the public high schools select a handful of students to go to this week-long student governance conference at UW Eau Claire. And so it's sort of like a summer camp where you learn about, the different positions that exist within a bunch of different governments. So essentially we started out at the city level. I was in the city of Horde in Carpenter County. So then we had city, county, and state elections. And essentially it was just like a big mock government type simulation. It was really fun. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but if you want more details, I can share. It was just a really cool experience that really got me interested in sort of day-to-day, like, how everything works behind the scenes, because that's really not something you learn in the traditional classroom. That was sort of a cool extracurricular activity that I was able to learn a lot from. So that's sort of my background with how I got into student government and sort of wanting to get more involved on, at my high school through National Honor Society and this program we had called Link Crew, where I essentially was an orientation leader for freshmen. So since those experiences, obviously saw Student Senate was a thing. We didn't have one at our high school, and I really wanted to join like a civic organization. And so as soon as I saw the applications open, I applied. And
That's time. All right. That's time for that. At this point, thank you, Senator Lando Dirks, for giving your platform position on that. Do you have, what's it called? Do we have any questions for him? No, there are questions that were pre-decided that we'll ask. So Lando, we'll start with, what's your time? Do you want to answer that? No? Okay, we'll just go with, what are your strengths or weaknesses? And weaknesses. And I'll set you up for 5 minutes.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, a few of my strengths include my ability to focus on a task, get things done, be productive. I'm showing up to meetings, so I'm good at, attendance, good at leadership. I would say my leadership has developed quite a bit since I got started. I'm also the president of Business Professionals of America, so sort of have to run those meetings, and I've gotten much better at that since when I started. So I would say, time management is good, leadership's pretty good. In terms of weaknesses, I would say obviously having good time management's great, but things come up. And so I guess a weakness of mine would be just occasionally I have to miss out on opportunities to make sure I'm balancing my schoolwork and my actual work, and then also extracurriculars. So finding that happy medium is not always easy some weeks. So thank you so much, Jose. I really appreciate that. So then, so strengths, time management, leadership. Weakness is sort of just balancing all of it, depending on what's going on during the week. So, that's what I got.
Okay, Next question is, what the skills or past experiences would contribute to your success with governance? You kind of already touched on that, but.
You know what your weaknesses? Yeah, like I said, Badger Boys State was sort of my foundation for getting into student governance and just being more involved in being a leader, a student leader in extracurriculars. So I would say that's definitely a big one. Also, like I said, National Honor Society, Link Crew, and now being on Student Senate has prepared me pretty well for this role.
Okay, and then what do you plan to achieve as governor?
All right, so, well, as the WSG governor, obviously I want to make sure all our voices are heard at the, by all the Wisconsin Technical College System schools. What? Quinn said something in the chat. Oh.
Keep going.
Okay. So yeah, definitely make sure all your voices are represented well at the different conferences that we've had throughout the year. Obviously, I wasn't able to attend Rhinelander, but I did attend the January conference, and I've been working with Kai and Declan on the position paper so far, as well as representative from Lakeshore Technical College. So essentially, I have, been doing stuff to work towards the position. I was serving as the interim before we had the selection, so sort of kind of got everything I needed to know right off the bat, and I've been figuring out sort of what I would have to do for that position, and it's definitely something that I could see myself being good at and being able to fill that role well.
Okay. Any other questions? He has about a minute left. Anyone else have any questions? Nothing online? Oh, Declan, another rounder.
How do you handle and eliminate distractions?
That's good. So what I find a good way to eliminate distractions is just putting my phone on Do Not Disturb. Occasionally I'll turn it off too if I need to. But then what I'll do is I'm starting to get into a morning routine where I go to the local fitness center, work out, run 15, 20 minutes, shoot some hoops, come home, and then I'm sort of energized to actually get my day started. And that sort of helps me just focus more on the work that I have to get done.
Okay, I saw Senator Bissonette had her hand up.
I was just wondering, Lando, if you're gonna run next year.
That's a good question. So right now, I'm sort of figuring out my transfer situation. Essentially, something came up at UW-Eau Claire. They're offering a new major in AI, and I think it could be a really good opportunity for me to go back there and get that degree once I have a better understanding of the requirements. So I'm still trying to figure out what my plan will be for that. If I'm, missing a few classes that'll transfer there that are offered at Madison College, I will stay another semester or two to get myself in a position to transfer in. So, yeah.
Well, that's time. So thank you very much. So thanks you to Senator Orlando Dixon. Round of applause. So unfortunately, Quinn, are you going to the legislative seminar? Or did you sign up to go to legislative seminar? No, it's on from Sunday to Tuesday. What's it called? Sunday to Tuesday of next week.
No.
No, you didn't sign up?
No, I didn't.
Are you even free for it?
Sunday, as in 16th?
16th to the 18th. Yeah, Sunday night, all of Monday, and then Tuesday morning-ish, the afternoon. Yeah,
No, I'm not.
I know, right? I didn't think so. So because you didn't, well, the real reason you can't is because we did call for applications and then no one said anything. So unfortunately, you'll be unable to apply. But at this point, what I should have done was writing a rule. If no one was applying, we could just unanimously approve. I didn't. But those are flexible. Can we just unanimously approve? Because it's not like written in bylaws, right? Yeah.
So if we want to do the vote, we could, but if you want to do unanimous vote.
Yeah, are we all okay with unanimously approving? Lando, do you have a question?
Yeah, don't we also need to fill the lieutenant governor position?
We do, he could be lieutenant governor, but I was gonna mention that later.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's an option. We're gonna talk about it after though, because right now it's this. Is everyone okay with unanimously approving Lando? He's the only one running, and if we generally like him, unless someone has a problem with it, and we can do a vote. But if anyone wants to do the process, if people care about process, we can do the ballot vote. Cole is set up for that. I just think it'd be faster to unanimously approve him. So if anyone's okay with that, unanimously approve in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. By the way, it's only because this is not a real rule that this is gonna happen, but motion carries. We can unanimously approve him as the governor for WSG of Madison College. So thank you very much. Congratulations to Lando. Congratulations. So yeah, but normally we wouldn't do that, but this is not in the bylaws, so I guess we can do it. There's nothing but I will listen to the people and they said it's okay. So yeah. In any case, now we can move on to our request to join Senate, Andy Moreno Portillo. Come on up. Andy has been a little introduction. I met Andy on the, so me and Annette met Andy on the WISCOR, Wisconsin Conference on Race and Ethnicity. He was my roommate. I got to know him through the podcast that he listens to. So there's that. And he seemed to be a big proponent for it. So he started attending these Senate meetings. He's been to way more than 3. And now he's coming to join Student Senate. So without further ado, I'm going to set you up for 2 minutes on here. And you'll be ready to go whenever you wish. Let me know when.
All right, I can start.
Start.
So answering your questions of the how, why, what, starting on how am I involved in the school? I just want to highlight that I'm a student employee at the Welcome Center. So as the face of the college, I get to meet, see, and greet a lot of people. I see basically everyone. I'm part of most people's daily routines, morning to noon usually.
Sorry, pause, they can't see.
I don't know how to get is there a way to force the camera to,
What's I gotta see what the view looks like, quick.
let me add
This won't count against you.
yeah, let's just
Or if you just have him move over towards you, Cole, because we can see the table and the whiteboard there.
Right there.
Why does the camera not work? I don't know. I don't know how to control it.
Why don't we just restart you?
I think it's the way the camera is turned.
Yeah, we'll just set them at 2 minutes, reset. Okay. Sorry to make you restart. Would you mind? I'll give you all your time back.
Right, okay. So I like to highlight being a student worker at the Welcome Center. I get to see a lot of people come in, ask questions, wonder this or that. So as part of that, I'm already deeply involved in the school, and just to list off a few items, I'm also part of many clubs. I'm a part of MC Advance and Men of Excellence, which are deeply connected, all there to help and empower men of color. Also a part of Mi Gente, I believe it's called now. Yeah. I'm not as involved as I want to be in scheduling, but I still know a lot of the people there, and them being my main community, I find it deeply important to always stay in contact with them, ask them questions, just check in on how they're doing. And I'm a part of this in Senate, so I'm happy to now be joining it, hopefully, and getting to my why Senate that I've heard all the help you guys do to the school, the textbook, and just seeing you guys be part of some of my classes and then meet you, Kai, and the WISCOR, like really iterated. I didn't realize that at first, when I first came to Madison College, that we did have a student senate, but seeing how deeply rooted you guys are is important, impactful, and that kind of jumps into my third point of what I'd like to see change. Maybe not change, but just improve on. I think we as student senators have a key role in being part of the community, always participating, being part of the club or something of the sort. I think just always being connected to the student body is important. That way we can represent them to the best of our ability.
Perfect timing. Is this going off? Very quietly, but that's okay. In any case, that's time. Now it's a question and answer period. Traditionally, we answer with, what are your strengths and weaknesses?
So listing off some strengths, like I said before, being part of the school as a work student, I'm very responsible, kind of have to be. I built routine. I like to think I eliminated all my distractions, but obviously I'm human, so everybody has distractions, but I do a pretty good job on staying on task, staying on schedule, and I think I do a pretty good job as well here, managing everything that I do have already. I think I'm more than capable of fitting student senate inside my schedule and doing good for the school to the best of my ability. And a weakness I would like, I have is saying no. I do struggle. Just the simple task of saying no. This would just to highlight some of my previous jobs. It'd just be hard because I wanting to do my job, want to help everyone, but by helping everyone, sometimes I'd be helping no one. And to do that job specifically if we had a restaurant, but it taught me that I need to be able to say no so I can focus on what I need to focus on and stay focused on what I need to be focused on.
That's good. Do we have any other questions for Andy?
I'm just curious, you mentioned, I also worked in a restaurant. Which restaurant do you?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse.
Nice, love that place.
They have good steak.
I have a question for you. What was your favorite activity that we did in English one?
English one.
So specific.
I really like.
He is a good writer.
I really like the bingo. That was fun.
Nice.
The prizes at the end.
I won.
Yes, from online.
Senator Crowder.
Net, go for it.
You mentioned that you didn't really know that we had a student senate before, or Madison College did, or hopefully I heard you correctly. I was multitasking. I apologize if I heard you incorrectly. Is there any ideas that you have for improving awareness to the school population about student senate?
I think just good old communication, putting posters up, just making people aware that we have one, that we are part of it, and that we're here, and we want to help and improve the community as much as we can.
Okay. Senator Rafter.
So you mentioned you work in the Welcome Center. What is the question you get asked most often?
20 seconds.
We're gonna pay for school, where is class X, and there's definitely another one that's, and can I return my computer here?
And how can I join Student Senate? Just kidding, but that's pretty much time. So thank you very much.
All right, so now that we've entered that, go ahead.
Good job.
No problem. All righty, so for 90 seconds, it's in the chat. It's on the screen. Go ahead and fill it out. That will take 90 seconds. And pending the outcome, if everything goes smooth, Andy will come back up here just a minute. All right, I'm gonna give it about 15 more seconds and I'll take it down off the screen. All right, Hassan, if you wanna come on up here.
Sierra.
Oh, wait, a second, let's see.
Cool, alrighty, alright, so. I'm pleased to announce that Andy will be joining us as our next senator at large, so round of applause. for Andy. Alright, so now we will do the swearing in, so Andy, you'll come on up here, we'll stand here, camera will get it. And you just follow along with Hassan says.
I have a constitution today. I will invite Timur Mateo to be sworn in as a senator. I will read the oath of office, then call you on Andy to affirm the oath of office. Please place your left hand on the student constitution and bylaws as you affirm the oath, and please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to do your civic duty, to serve your college, your community, and most importantly, your fellow students in democratic fashion? You swear to treat all people equally and fairly, and that you will strive to create student senate which is welcoming to everyone. You swear to listen, speak out, and act in which way will empower all students. Andy, having the heard of the oath of office, you swear to carry out all of these tasks as your best ability as a general senator. Congratulations.
Here we go.
Wait, no, post. We'll do that. Oh, what did you want?
No.
Sorry about that.
You're like, hold on, say
No. My bad. Sorry, that's a lot better. That's a lot better. These are authentic smiles.
Awesome. I'll be email for you next week. We're good to go.
Can't wait for pictureless.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Do you still have that?
I do.
Okay, can you sign it for me and then you just turn it into
There
me?
we go.
Thank you.
Cool, appreciate it.
I'll send it. Okay, well, there we go. We have a new senator, immediately sworn in, so that's good. Now we can move on in the agenda. So there's 2 items left over. I do think that because Nevaeh is not here, VP Jackson Winters, are you okay with postponing that to next week? You kind of already gave your update, and the only other update was the poster. So I'm hoping that we can actually say that WSG legislative seminar, we can indefinitely table that because I think we should just do a recap. You're gonna get the overview if you come to the meeting anyways. So I think we should just do a recap next week instead. And that we should table that indefinitely and then just normally table the Senate elections update to next week. Is that okay? Do we have a motion for that? Motions to do that. Okay, do we have a second from Senator Rafter? Okay. We got a third from Annette, but is there any discussion on that? Are we okay with that process? Last week?
I'm chatting with them. You're fine.
Okay, yeah, sorry. So if no one has any discussion, we're just gonna do this one a vote by voice call. So all those in favor of the motion, say yes or yay. Yay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any opposed, say no. Any abstentions? Okay, with that, the motion carries. Now, the last thing I want to mention is that there's a call for an inclusion belonging coordinator. I think we'll actually read through it, but because we're so close to the end, I actually want to finish something on time for once. So, the inclusion belonging coordinator is just a position that we came up with so that we can focus on equity and inclusion on our campus. So we can focus on uniting clubs and going to cultural events and making sure that their representation is heard. And hopefully they could start up the inter-club council as well, because that's something that we wanted to have, just so that, diversity has a space on this campus. And then we could have, better collaboration between clubs and our student senate so that they know what's going on. But any question? Yes?
So would these be for mostly identity-based clubs then?
Yes.
Okay.
It would be, yeah, for identity-based clubs because of the cultural connection. They also seem to have the most people in them other than Skills USA. That's the other club that has the most people that regularly attend those meetings. So that's the big reason. But I think there's a room for school USA somewhere else, but that's what that position's out. I'll send it out after the meeting and then we can post it in there so people can learn what it's about. But if anyone's interested, please let me know and hopefully we can have that position filled out because we created it, but we seem to have had bad luck of people actually wanting to do it or having time for it. So it's interesting. So something to think about. In any case, it sounds like we have announcements. Our next meeting will be on Thursday, February 20th in room C 2402 at 4:30 p.m. And it sounds like Annette has an announcement to make as well.
I dropped a
Yep,
flyer
Annette?
in the, yep, I dropped a flyer in the chat that talks about the Black History Month event that we're having. It's basically a meal for everyone to come and enjoy. It's usually a soul food meal. I cannot tell you what the food is yet because I don't know. But just encouraging student senators to either come and volunteer at the event or to come and enjoy the event or both.
Is that all?
Oh, yeah.
Yep,
one
that's it.
update. This is just coming from, apologize.
Yeah.
This is coming from Senator Avila. The only thing really to provide y'all is that Senator Avila was on the Watertown campus this past Tuesday, met with the librarian, some of the other folks. I got it, you're all good as well. The number one thing to come back to Senate is that increasing marketing of the Senate out at Watertown would be ideal. So just stuff to think about as we do our 3-year plan. And lastly, they're looking to collaborate with events to kind of stimulate student engagement. Thursdays is a slow day for them, so other days work better. Just want to provide that. There's more information that is not related to Senate, but I'll provide that to you all in an email. That's it.
Okay. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion made by VP Salifu, second by Senator Villarreal. That's what I heard. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Hi.
All those opposed say nay.
Aye.
Any abstentions? I think the ayes have it. There may have been one nay, but you don't get it. Meeting adjourned at 6:29 p.m. Even ended early for once. Because we tabled
No,
it.
it's not 30.
What?
It is right on time.
What minute? We have
No,
6:30.
it is right on time.
Okay.
What do you
Okay.
mean by early?
You guys.
Did you assume that we were gonna go later? I could see why.